Hello, I am Lily.
And I'm Avery.
And why are you flirting with the cat?
Yeah, today the intro is backwards because Lily wanted to say the thing.
I think I nailed it.
I guess. um, but yeah, today we are finally covering Infinity Train season 4. If I've done the math right, this episode releases in November.
Wait, hold up. Aren't we spinning the wheel for?
Yes.
This feels very weird.
Yeah, especially since we're spinning the wheel for what to cover after Infinity Train when we haven't spun the wheel for what to cover after Camp Camp. Which means that whatever show that we spin the wheel on, like whatever show the wheel lands on, we're not going to be talking about it. Like, we're not going to be recording it until November.
I hope we don't forget.
Hey, if we forget, we'll still have our audio to go off of.
I think that's what we said for Iron Man 2.
But see, with Iron Man 2, we actually remembered what movie we landed on.
Barely.
uh, Mainly because I think we had already recorded it.
Oh yeah, we have.
um,
We'll figure
but
this out.
anyway,
It's all in the past. Or future.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah. Anyway, in this episode, we're gonna spin the wheel for the show that we're covering. That we're not going to be recording until November, so I really hope it's not Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, that would be torture.
Matter of fact, I kind of want to look at what movies are even what shows are even on our wheel. Um,
Hmm. Too bad Amphibia is not gonna be on there. Who knows? We
I
might.
would be fine. I would be fine with it landing on either Kim Possible or Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Any of the others, I'd be disappointed.
You could probably add like if Amphibia was still on the wheel, it could probably
It
end.
never was.
Oh yeah.
It
Th-
never was on the
though
wheel.
there was Owl House, and we had to
Yes.
remove that. Though,
Yeah, because basically, since we haven't told you guys, our TV wheel originally had, I think, 10 shows on it. It now has 5, because we took out all of the shows that are currently not finished.
though of course
Um,
we told you guys. Who knows? Like half the shows could have already finished.
I mean, I doubt it. I doubt Ruby is going to finish anytime soon.
True.
Um,
Though I am
the
guessing
Owl
Owl
House still
House,
has another. The Owl House still has another season.
and
Um,
this takes place in November.
yeah,
We saw like
but I don't think season 3 is going to finish in 2022. I'm sorry, I don't think so.
mm,
But anyway, I really liked this season.
really.
Yes, I think if not for the pig baby stuff, it would
Yeah, that
probably
was
be
interesting.
yeah, it would probably really be a strong contender for my favorite season. But as it stands now, I think it's almost as good as season 2.
Really? So there's a lot of strong undertones in this season, and the season was basically built up on you can watch it straight front to back without any prior knowledge on the other seasons. But if you had the knowledge, you'll pick up on so much more. So, like I said in the last episode, this is obviously a prequel. And the fans have determined that this is right when the train was being hijacked.
That would make sense, considering all those random changes
Mhm.
that would happen,
So,
like where the steward would come in and be like, "Oh, there's been a change. You're on your own, or you get your possessions back, or whatever." Like,
so in the beginning of the season, you see Amelia talking with 1-1, and then 1-1 says anything can happen. No, I'm saying this all wrong. 1-1 did not exist yet. It was just one. A cold robot devoid of emotion with just cold hard math. Apparently, one, while he was out of the train, developed while being on his own for a while.
that would be interesting to see.
God,
Um,
yeah, that really would be. So
I
he's different,
still would love to see to Lake and Jesse in the real
but we
world
know
following their
one,
shit.
this conductor is different from Tulip's 1-1. Seems, well, I mean, he says himself, then they'll die here. Very cold. And then halfway when they are on the train, the steward comes in with Amelia's voice saying, and the fans have interpreted this as Amelia trying to get 1-1, like convincing 1-1 on, human things. And to make the passengers feel more like individuals, they allowed you to keep your stuff from now on. And then the second time, Amelia says that you're on your own. No, we're on our own. Implying that she just kicked 1-1 out and she's all alone as the conductor. Any thoughts?
Eh, I mean, that would be a lot more interesting if like we got to see all of it.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
I think okay, so episode 1 really got me hooked. I really loved how it told two stories at the same time without cutting back and forth
Oh yeah, that
between
was
them.
definitely good, especially when they transitioned into one story.
Yeah, it was like really cool how they, didn't cut back and forth between them like a lot of shows would do, and there's nothing wrong with doing it that way. It gave you a better sense of the timeline
Mhm.
as well. And it was kind of cool how they didn't really clash with each other.
Yeah, it's less like doing it the more traditional way is bad, but mixing it up is good.
Yeah, it's like, and also at the same time, it gets you really invested in both characters before they even get on the train.
Oh, and there's something to so I think actually I need to remember the names of the characters and not just the names,
R-
but who they are.
Ryan and Mingy.
So Ryan was the asshole, right?
I mean, they were both kind of
That's
assholish to each
true,
other.
but I mean,
I think that was the point.
oh yeah, that was definitely the point. But wasn't Ryan actually just go back? What was the instrument that Ryan played?
The guitar.
Okay, so I'm talking about Minky. So Minky says something in this scene which was completely wrong. So remember when they were talking about like we were talking about this plan in this very booth? No, it's the last booth. Booth over there. Nope. If you rewatch the footage, you can actually see it was the booth that they were sitting in.
That's actually kind of funny.
And I
Um,
think that just sets up. his character of being the know-it-all, but really insecure about that.
I would not describe him as a know-it-all.
Or not really know-it-all, like he tried. It's hard to pinpoint my thoughts, but he definitely tries to imprint his high ground on Ryan. Like moral high ground, apparently. Yeah.
I don't really see that either. I just see it as like, he wanted to live a different life, and mostly because of fear, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't really feel like he was trying to push Ryan to do what he like. It didn't really feel like he was trying to push Ryan to do anything, whereas
Well,
like
I was.
Ryan was trying to get him to break out, and
Yeah.
take chances.
But what I'm talking about is how Min Min was more
Min Min.
yeah, Min Min. In fact, that's his new name.
Okay, so now he's an arms character
Yep. Anyway,
and also a girl and part ramen noodle.
I want to be part ramen noodle. Anyway, Min. Okay, especially infuriated me in one of the part, and it's supposed to infuriate you. Just like, cool.
Are you talking about when he thinks like he got a number because Ryan got a number and they got on at the same time and that only Ryan had to learn stuff?
Yes.
Okay, that can be infuriating, but like I understood it. Like
Well, it's
they made it
infuriating with the
really
purpose. Like, you're supposed to be
like
infuriated, but you also understand at the same time.
yeah, like I can completely see how he would reach that conclusion, and at the same time, like knowing he's wrong is like one of the benefits of having seen seasons 1 through 3.
Hmm.
If you hadn't seen those seasons, you could actually fall under the assumption that he was correct.
But just the way he was treating Ryan during that part was just, well, actually, like a toddler. Like, especially like the cow was treating the baby toddler. the
I
pig.
mean, would you know how to would are you saying that you would know how to handle a situation like that where you couldn't get off of this train that you were trapped on until somebody else um learned things about themselves and actually improved as a person?
Not how the toy part where you had to put the toys in the little correct box. I'm just like, oh, okay then.
Yeah, that one was a little odd. Um,
And obviously, like anything that frustrates me with the episode is pre-planned. They it's a feeling that they wanted you to feel because one, it's the emotion that they're trying to put into the characters.
I think I got more frustrated with Kez than with any other
Oh, death.
character in this season.
Oh yeah, let's talk
Um,
about Kez.
it's really nice that she has a great, compelling um, story arc, like character arc.
Mhm.
Um, like all three characters sort of get their own character arc. Um, and it's like really nice to see and everything. Kez's is an interesting one because she has to learn that like just saying something was a misunderstanding isn't the same as apologizing. Um, and also like really like coming to terms with the fact that her actions have consequences on like her actions affect other people.
Mhm.
Um, and she had to learn that, and like Obviously, like Ryan had to learn to take things slow and not just jump into everything head on. Um, and also, sort of in a similar vein to Kez, learned that like he couldn't. And I just lost my train of thought. Damn it! Fitting because we're talking about a train. Um, okay,
I will bounce off of that, but Kez almost seems like, and I don't know why I think this because I feel like I thought about this when I first watched the episodes. But it's like the bell uh, was a mix of both of their problems into one.
yeah, it sort of feels like that. Well,
I can't give
not
you
entirely.
examples because that's what I
Not entirely. I don't know how much of Mingy
think.
that
Yeah,
uh, I don't know how much of Mingy is in her personality. Um, well, I guess with Mingy, he never really considered how him like running off would affect Ryan.
yeah. All throughout this past, he was more concerned about what would help him and achieve his goals, even if those goals weren't really what he wanted. Just, I guess, he was only focused on his parents' expectations.
Yeah, and it can be really easy to fall into that trap.
Hmm.
Um, I also really love like the fact that like this take like they're both from Canada, so they say sorry in a very strange way.
You
I don't know
post
if you
war
picked up on.
American food.
Yeah, okay, I'm American. I have never fucking heard of banana and mayonnaise. What was it, salad or
I think it was
something?
salad, yeah.
Like, who the fuck came up with the idea to mix bananas with mayonnaise?
I really want to know if this was actually post-war American food, or
Because
did the Canadians just make that up for a cheap American terrible laugh?
yeah, well, I mean, recently I found out that Canada doesn't actually exist and it was all maple leaf. So,
Damn, I should have known. I should have opened up my third eye, but I was just too naive.
um, but yeah, they say sorry,
Oh
which
my god!
you know,
Actually, now I think I actually did pick that up, but I didn't actually register that to any logic. I was just like, huh, interesting, and just left it at that.
and then it's interesting because Kez actually says sorry, and not sorry, when
The
she
Infinity
eventually has to
Train
apologize.
is, um, well, it's not Canadian. That that's for sure.
Yeah, the Infinity Train is not Canadian. I also love that uh, Kez thought Canada was in America. Well,
Well,
in a way,
yeah,
technically it is because
in
the
the way that
Americas
you
are
said
one.
that, like, yeah, it is in America,
Yeah, because technically we're the United States, but everyone shortens it to America.
but there's a reason why I call the United States of America because the continent is America.
Yeah, where the two continents are America, but
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, North America and South America. What about
But
West and East America? East. God damn.
yeah, ETH. I can't wait to until they establish ETH America.
Mm. I hate it because it sounds like a freaking cryptocurrency, which looks surprisingly like the Twitch bit icon. You really can't make this up.
Ah. But anyway, I really like the emotional journey that both of these characters have to go on. I also really love the whole like the painting car, or the art gallery car, I guess,
So,
and
and then,
how they thought it was gonna work like Mario 64.
oh my god, I love that. Honestly, I'm waiting for the edit. So something in season 3 I just neglected to mention was a popular
Oh,
meme.
okay. Before you continue with that, I was just imagining like a YouTube video like edit where the guy tries to jump into a painting, the screen goes black, and then you hear bum 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 bum.
I love that. So
That would be
a
hilarious.
popular season 3 meme that I just love. So you remember how when Simon was describing the person that he saw, it's like the highest number, it's old and British. And they're just me. It is me and the cat's reaction with no context, just getting angry at the British. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but I watched that forever. Old and British.
But anyway, yeah. So I really loved that car, and that whole reference. Um,
Now, my favorite part was probably what I did in the opening, was just, why did you flirt with the cat?
um, I really, really just did not like episode 4. That was the pig baby one. Um, anytime the pig baby was on screen, I just couldn't. Ugh, it was so annoying.
I found them bearable to a point. Like, they were really pushing it for me.
Yeah, like I don't like kids, especially infants.
And now you have another thing to add to that list. You don't like pig infants when they look like humans. Like big
Ugh.
pig infant humans.
It was
Brand new
just, and
sentences,
then
guys.
they have to jump into the pig's mouth to get through the door, and I'm like,
Because
okay,
he
you're
effing
getting a
ate a
little.
door.
What if somebody came through the opposite direction?
I don't want to think about that.
Because I actually thought about that while I was watching. And
Um,
also, at some point, the pig must have spat out the door because it leaves the car. Wait, it spat out the door and then somehow walked through it?
well, actually, that could make some sense. Because remember that dial thing? That probably altered his height to walk through the door.
I mean, maybe?
I mean, you're really stretching with this one, but I'm like, you can make an argument.
But yeah, kind of a kind of a weird thing. I wonder how long Ryan and Mingy were on the train.
Couldn't have been that long.
And I wonder I wonder what happened to that Humpty Dumpty restaurant.
Now, what
Um,
the hell?
also, Humpty Dumpty was a cannon, not an egg. I don't know why people think Humpty Dumpty was an egg.
How would he fall down and break?
Why would an egg be on top of a wall? At least a cannon makes sense to be up on a wall.
Besides,
And
it's just
also,
Avery. It's just an old fairy tale. those get shifted in meaning over time.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Just
funny to me
don't.
how like a lot of people are think Humpty Dumpty was an egg, and it's just like
He is
I
an egg
think he
now.
was meant. I think he was meant to be a cannon. It makes a lot more sense too.
I mean, if we're gonna be going over the, you know, I'm not gonna say politically correct, historically correct meanings for these old folk tales, we're gonna have to go through ringing around the rosy eventually.
I mean, maybe if it ever comes up.
That
And
oh god, I'm just remembering Plague Inc. with 'cause sometimes it just randomly plays that song, but like really horrifically. It still haunts me in
I
my
was kind of
nightmares.
disappointed with how little the cat was in this season. Or Samantha. Um,
Honestly, I think we all were.
yeah. Um,
Honestly, I really want to know how Amelia would have been interacting with that. Oh, oh, that would have been so good, and we missed it.
what?
Amelia, interacting with the cat for
Yeah.
season 5.
Unfortunate, but it's still probably never gonna happen.
Imagine if, actually, it's way more realistic now that they announce something before this episode airs. Because if they're going to announce anything, it's probably going to be before this episode airs.
I don't know. Hey, if you're watching this from the future and you know Infinity Train Book 5 is coming, good for you.
You should go down in the comments and laugh at specifically Avery.
Yeah, no. But you should definitely go down in the comments and definitely comment something.
They're just
And you
the
should
word
also
something.
definite yeah, and you should also definitely go to anchor.fm and donate to the podcast.
Give us money, but
Lily, language.
what is this? Can't?
No, it's Avengers Age of Ultron.
Damn.
You will get that joke when we get to
What
it.
next year?
Maybe. It could happen this year.
I mean, it could happen.
It's
If it happens this year, it's probably before this episode comes out.
so yeah, I think I really love this season. I also like really love that Kez and Morgan had their own conflict. Um, like that was really cool. Um,
And surprising,
but
Kez was right for once. Or
yeah,
Kez was in the right.
yeah. And then Morgan does something that I'm just like, why would you do that? I also really love, during the art gallery episode, Ryan gets his door and doesn't take it. And when he considers taking it, his number actually goes up.
So something I don't consider, like, if he got his exit, wouldn't that they both have gotten their exit?
I don't think that the number is necessarily always synced up.
Hmm,
Um, I think it
weird.
desyncs and resyncs a lot throughout the show or throughout the season or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of because this is just a big prequel to what we see in season 1. And I believe I told you this, but this was meant to be more of a calmer season. Apparently, it was just going to go right back up with book 5.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like, I really just enjoyed the characters in this a lot more. I enjoyed the conflict. Um, most of the cars were interesting except for the pig baby car and the one where
Yeah.
the child's toy puzzle thingy. Um, but yeah, I wish we'd seen more of the uh, the cat. Um, it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't.
Damn, these episodes are getting shorter and shorter. We
I mean,
just hit 30 minutes.
oh, did we? Damn. So what else? What else would you like to say about this season?
Something that you haven't already said? Not much.
Right? It's almost like there's just not much to say here.
Well, it also, like anything we could say, we probably already said it before.
Yeah, in our previous episodes. Um, so before we get to like actually rating this episode and spinning the wheel to determine what TV show we're going to be talking about in 2 months for you guys, but in like a lot for us. I
Too
don't want to do the
too
math.
too much math for us guys.
Yeah. Okay. So Infinity Train as a full series was rated 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb,
Mm-hmm.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 93% of Google users like the show. But again, you have to remember very rarely will someone go and leave a negative review of something on Google. Um,
So I'm just gonna respond to this first because obviously I know Avery has a more of a negative perception on the show than my happy sun tinted glasses version. 100%, I would not actually give this 100%. Close to 100%, sure, but I wouldn't actually give this the whole season 100%. I know you would
yeah,
reflect that.
I think 8.5 is at least somewhat fair. I'd probably score it a little lower, but it would
Mhm.
probably still be above an 8.
I would
Um,
score it a bit higher than an 8.5, but obviously, I guess probably a bit lower or around the same if I had to think critically instead of with my heart.
yeah. So given that, I think I'm going to give this season actually an 8.5.
Okay, so I guess I kind of want, yeah, a 9. The same I gave season 2.
Yeah. I think I would like this about the same as season 2 if not for Pig Baby. Um,
Yeah, Pig Baby ruins all of our TV shows and dreams.
but yeah. Overall, I stand by my ratings. I might be like you could probably talking me into giving season 1 a couple more points. Um,
I have to talk to you like Ryan talked to the cat.
yeah. But anyway, it's time to spin our wheel to determine a show we're covering. And spinning
Do, do,
Dragon
do,
Ball Z
do.
Abridged.
Great, we have all this time to truly find out how we're going to cover this.
I mean, it's not that hard, but considering that they did movies as well, and those are worked into the canon, I'm gonna have to figure out exactly when each movie, like when you're supposed to watch each one. Um,
Perfect, that
and
sounds
their
like a
movies,
job not for me.
yeah, like we'll figure it out when we get to it. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Well, I think that about wraps up. Do you have anything more to say?
Not really.
I mean, it's a train that goes on to nowhere.
Yeah, I would say overall this was a pretty good show. I wish it would come back, but I don't think it will. Just given Warner Brothers' history with canceled shows, I don't
That
think
is
they're
true,
bringing it
though.
back.
And before we go, I do want to give this show some hope because once it got canceled, um, let's just say the fans responded
Yeah,
hard.
The fans responded hard with Teen Titans as well, but that show ain't ever coming back.
Well, I mean, from what I remembered, it got trending on Twitter multiple times a month. It let's just say there might as well been riots.
Yeah, there might as well have been riots with Teen Titans as well. But Twitter's not really a good margin, a good way to measure that for Teen Titans because it wasn't as big back then.
We also had
Um,
petitions that we all know don't do anything, but
yeah, those like change.org petitions that never
that never do
actually
anything.
do
But
anything.
like, at least you can measure how many people want it, and a lot of people wanted it.
But yeah, um, I hope you guys look forward to us covering Dragon Ball Z Abridged. It's going to be interesting. I actually wanted to talk to you about something.
Hmm.
Regarding the Dragon Ball series, I think it's like um, I don't want to get into covering Dragon Ball Super,
Hmm.
and I definitely don't think we should cover the original Z. Dragon Ball
Okay.
Z Kai, Dragon Ball Z Kai is an official abridged version. And I think after we cover abridged, we should cover the last season, just so we're not doing the same story twice. The last season of Kai, I mean, if you'd be up for
I'll
that.
be honest, a lot of that just went right over my head.
Basically, you'll understand a lot more when we get through it.
Cool.
But yeah,
Have this conversation with me a little bit later when I understand more,
all right.
because I understand nothing.
Until next time, I've been Avery, that's been Lily, and we will be seeing you.